Sometimes, Z, you got to make your family look like a bit of a shithead. All right?
What do you mean?
My great-grandmother, the one that's, alive, is moving into a retirement home, right?
Yeah.
Or is moving. She just moved into a retirement home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to make some kind of joke of like, my other great-grandmother, because that one has already found her permanent home, but I already mentioned it, so the joke is ruined. So we're just going to keep moving along.
Yeah, sounds good.
My grandparents texted me, and they're like, hey, we need a couple big, strong lads. Would you be able to come help us out? I said, absolutely, Came down there, and she had, first of all, a $1,200 recliner that stands you all the way up. All the way up. I $1,200 is a lot, but I'm a recliner guy. I'm a big recliner guy.
My great-grandma has one just like that, too.
See, in relation to older people, that's what I hear. Like, that's for older people. I'd buy it right now. Put it in my living room.
It was comfortable every time I sat in it.
But she had this that was, it was in two different parts, had the short base and then had the back. Both were stupid heavy. And then she had her bed, which was latex. Latex. It's a latex bed.
Uh-huh.
You know how usually when you're moving into bed, you can usually have one person here, one person. Well, I hate when I do that because I listen to it on the audio version and I'm like, say something.
Yeah.
One person on each side lifting it up and walking, right?
Yeah.
With this, you couldn't do it because it would just wobble and fall. It was so unstable. So you had to do it with 3 people.
Yeah, sounds about right. About that recliner, though, does it have the ability to lay back?
Yeah.
Because, it's nice, though, isn't it?
It's a very nice recliner. I wish I got to sit in it. But we get done, and we're outside this U-Haul truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my grandfather's mother, so him and his sister were standing out there. She was unpacking the room and whatever. We're standing out there, and she pulls out $120 and decides to split it between me, my younger brother, or the one that's closest to me. I know I said I got a lot of brothers. I do have a lot of brothers. It's the one closest to me. And one of my cousins, right?
Yeah.
She takes the $120, takes $40, hands it to my cousin. He takes it. And then she takes another $40, tries to hand it to my brother, and he goes, that's not necessary. And then she goes over to me and tries to hand me $40, and I'm like, stop, put it away. And she walks away, and my little cousin's sitting there like... And my aunt, she said, this is what we do. I was going to pay y'all. Like, it's not really a problem. I said, yeah, but, we're family. I don't really take money for doing stuff for family. And we wanted to make him look like a bit of a dick. And he went, why?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on because my family, knowing how my family works, they would have tried to hand me money first and I would have been the person to take it and everybody else would have been like, nah, because I'm the favorite of the family, as I like to call myself.
Yeah.
And it definitely comes into play because just the other day, I tried calling my mom about some insurance stuff. She didn't answer the phone. I knew she was with my grandma, so I called my grandma. She didn't answer either. They called back, and she said, you're in your grandma's phone as the favorite, or as a favorite. And I said, I know, that's me.
Yeah.
And my mom always tries to make me look bad for that.
Yeah, no, I don't like taking money when it comes to doing stuff for family, unless they're like I've pulled weeds from my grandparents' garden and they've given me money for it. But that was when I was like younger, not now.
Yeah.
Almost ever. The only time I take money from my family is when I'm like, hey, I don't have enough money to pay for this. Can you help me out a little bit?
That's
and if they can, they will.
Today.
And actually, on Mother's Day, we went to go see my mom. And my lady gave her dog a bath. Because her dog had matted fur. Looked like it hadn't had a bath in a little bit. Mm-hmm. So my lady went in there and gave it a bath. And my mom came out to me and she was like, we'll never take this. Oh, shit. She'll never take this. And handed me like $60. And I just was like, okay. I was too tired. I wasn't about to fight. And she gave it to me because she said, she knew that my lady was not about to take that money. And she also knew that she would just beat the shit out of me if I said no. So she just put it in my hand and she knew I was tired. So I just went, okay. Fell asleep.
I'm assuming this was probably after my grad party, wasn't it?
Before?
Oh. I didn't know you were that tired because you seemed pretty lively when you were at my place or with us.
I don't know. Yeah, it was. I forgot that the reason we left was to go to my mom's.
Perfect timing because that's how my mom planned it. She planned it to be on Mother's Day. Yeah,
that's nice of her. Now, I was tempted to walk back down the hill to the retirement home, look him on the face and say, actually, I kind of want that money. And I want my brother's cut as well if he's not going to take
it. You should have done it. I bet you would have given it to you.
No, because maybe I should have. Like I said, I don't like taking money for family shit.
I get that feeling.
I left and I was hungry and I was like, I could have gotten cookout, man. I couldn't gotten cookout. I got so fat. I felt so fat today. Okay?
You and me both.
Dude. My grandmother had like pizzas left over from a church thing that they did. And my lady was up there swimming with her friend. Mm-hmm. So she brought down 2 pizzas and they've been chilling, when we've been snacking on them. And Are you a sauce with pizza guy?
What kind of sauce?
Like just in general, are you a sauce with pizza kind of guy?
Yeah.
I've kind of waned off sauce on pizza unless it's a pizza that I'm like, I don't want to eat this by itself. It needs something. Like I cannot eat Little Caesars plain. I can't do it.
Agreed. I can't eat Domino's plain.
See, I don't have that problem because I haven't eaten Domino's in a while. Marco's, I have to have the jalapeno ranch, not because the pizza's bad, just because the jalapeno ranch is phenomenal.
Fire.
Papa John's, I would prefer to have the garlic sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And this was Little Caesars, right?
Yeah.
And what I had, I don't like eating Little Caesars without sauce, especially when it's like a day or 2 old. Mm-hmm. Okay? So what I did the first day is I just made a little garlic butter. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
The second day, which was today, I was like, I really need a sauce. Looking around my fridge. And I was like, cookout sauce.
Hey, before you continue.
Dude, cookout sauce slaps.
I went to cookout
For those
today.
listening to the audio, he just held up some cookout sauce.
Yeah, sorry for the audio guys. But yeah, I went to cookout today. That was very coincidental.
It's a little bit of a discounted Zach sauce, in my opinion. Yes. That's what it tastes like, but it's great.
It's good.
And I dipped my pizza in that, and it's so good. It's so good. But as I was eating, I was like,
Yeah, I went to the eye doctor today, right? Had been meaning to do this for months, but the entire time I was there, I was just like, man, I really want some cookout. Just the entire time.
I hear, I could be wrong, cookout is only relevant in North Carolina and Tennessee. I believe. And that is such a travesty. $8, I could get a Cajun chicken sandwich, fries, cheddar bites, and a sweet tea.
You know what? It does make sense, though, because I've been to Chicago, didn't see a cookout there. I've been to Portland and Seattle, no cookouts there, and DC, no cookout there.
Dude, and the milkshakes are so good. They're not milkshakes. They're way too thick to be milkshakes.
They're like a Sonic Blast.
Way too thick to be milkshakes. But that Oreo peanut butter thing.
Oh, yeah.
Golly,
yeah.
dude.
I need
Now,
to
we'll say,
not think about it.
I will say, I'm a fat boy. I'm a big lad. For a second, I thought of lifting my shirt up, but y'all don't need proof.
No.
Y'all see me. Nobody wants to see that, right? But I was picking, and I picked up this case of Oreos, and it was coated in white chocolate.
Yeah.
I looked at it, and I was like, huh. And there was another picker standing to my right, and I looked over at him, never talked to him in my life. And I was like, as big of a fat shit as I am, this is too much.
Yeah.
And he went, what? It's too much. Look at this. It's too much. And he agreed with me. It was like, you called yourself fat shit? I'm like, yeah, look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me.
But no, Oreo stays doing the most, though. My favorite Oreo is just a double stuffed Oreo.
I just like the regular ones. I mean, I'll go for a double stuffed if there's the option, but usually I just eat regular Oreos, and I don't even eat them that often anymore.
The regular Oreo just is too little cream for me. But it's weird, and I'm saying it's weird because I love the Oreo like thins. Mm-hmm. Especially because I like to trick myself that I'm eating healthy. So I'll get the Oreo thins, and those are really good.
Okay, so you're somewhat a pizza with sauce guy. Do you do Oreos with milk?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. I mean, but I am a milk fiend. My roommates who stayed here for a little bit found that out quickly. It is just me and my lady in this house, and we buy 2 gallons because I drink so much milk. Luckily, it's cut down. Now we buy 1.5 gallons. Dude, peanut butter and jelly, I gotta have some milk. Yep. Any kind of pie, gotta have some milk. Mm-hmm. Cookies, gotta have some milk. Granola bars, probably getting some milk.
Yep.
Especially those. Have you had those Nature Valley peanut butter wafer?
I've seen them. I want to get them to try them out, but I'm thinking like Nature Valley, like chocolate chip. I forget.
Yeah.
It was like chocolate and something else.
Yeah. Do some milk with those. Of course, you got the cereal. I'm not a big Pop-Tart guy anymore, but when I have Pop-Tarts, whatever. In my opinion, are you a Pop-Tart or a toaster strudel guy?
Ooh, that's a hard choice. Okay, for ease of eating, I would rather go Pop-Tart because I don't have to warm it up if I don't want to.
Yeah.
Toaster strudel, I just like the taste better. in a sense, like
an apple toaster strudel.
Yeah.
Or even like the strawberry and cream toaster strudel. My favorite Pop-Tart is a s'mores Pop-Tart. It doesn't touch those. But you're right. You gotta wait just a little bit more for that toaster strudel. I put the Pop-Tarts in the toaster for a while, but I was never like a massive toaster Pop-Tart guy.
It depends on what I have available to me. So like back at my mom's house, we have a toaster, but it's in a cabinet somewhere. So I'll either put them in the microwave for like 15, 30 seconds or in an oven.
You don't have the toaster out?
No. Nobody uses the toaster.
That is wild to me.
Here we have a toaster out, and that's when I think I still have Pop-Tarts in the pantry right now. But that's when I would use them. I would use a toaster now, but back at home. I actually
heard someone say something like toaster is borderline white trash kitchen utensil or kitchen whatever.
Really?
Apparently. And I heard that and I was like, what? What are you talking about? I thought everybody has a toaster and love. You don't like just some peanut butter toast, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I figured a toaster was a regular household appliance.
I thought so too.
But average as a microwave and an oven.
I think it's because it's those pretentious fucking dickheads who don't have a toaster anymore, but have that like miniature oven deal.
The drawer microwave.
Yeah, something like. I have no idea what it's called, but a lot of people have those now, and I guess they look down on toaster people. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're talking about a toaster oven, which has the word toaster in the name, so it's basically a glorified toaster. Might as well be.
That's so annoying. We're going to talk a bunch of fat stories before we get into the spoiler dietary stuff. That's how this episode is going to go. Because a fat story just popped into my head, and it did not happen long ago, okay?
Okay.
I had some Pop-Tarts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I had
You
some
seem
Pop-Tarts.
disturbed by this.
I had some Nutella.
You did not.
And it was a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. Or brown sugar Pop-Tart.
Uh-huh.
Just spread the Nutella on it.
You did. That's what I thought. Okay.
Dude, it was so fucking good. Oh my god, it tasted so good. But I sat down and I was like, please don't have another one. And the next night, where was I?
That is the entire reason I don't buy a full jar of Nutella. If I'm getting Nutella, I get the little snack cups, just because I know that if I get a full jar, I'm gonna do
With
some
those,
crazy
like,
shit
sticks?
like that. Yeah.
Dude, I'm a slut for Nutella. I'm a slut for
Nutella is
Nutella.
so good, but I know that I'll eat way too much of it if I buy a big ass jar.
Even if you just get the Kroger brand hazelnut spread, you will
That's what I
find
got
yourself.
last time.
You will find yourself in the middle of the night just with a spoon.
You know the hazelnut Lunchables?
No.
Yeah. So it's just basically a Nutella Lunchable. And is that what it's called? Is that a Lunchable? The little like peanut butter jelly sandwich thing? I think it's a Lunchable. But me and my buddy were like actively alerting each other to where we could find it for a little bit. We couldn't find it in Walmart, but we went to Kroger one day and was like, oh, it's here. Cool. And then I see it at Walmart like a month later, and I text him because he had moved away and was like, spotted it at Walmart. I felt so bad after I sent that. I was like, why?
Okay, I'm going to tell this other Nutella story, and then I might mute myself so I can cry a little bit.
Okay.
So, with my lady's new schedule, grocery shopping is a little weird because I get paid on Thursdays, but I also work Thursday through Saturday. We need groceries. So, grocery shopping is a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
So, now sometimes, do you remember getting off Amazon? There's a Walmart that's just over the bridge.
Yeah.
I go to that Walmart sometimes. And we needed bread. And I was looking around and I got her some bread. She prefers white. I prefer wheat. But I found half a loaf of Cinnabon cinnamon bread.
Okay.
And I picked it up. And it was $5. And I looked at it. And I was like, for educational purposes, a whole loaf for me, which is, like I said, the whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
$3 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what brand you get. Same thing with hers. $5. And I was like, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. But as I was saying that, I was walking away with it in my cart.
I try to stay away from the bread aisles anywhere I go because, like, at my current place, they're baking like actively. Not the loaves of bread that we sell, but they're baking, and sometimes it is just regular like bread.
Yeah,
and it smells so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I smell like fruits and stuff with it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that smells so good.
My
then
lady
I start looking at
really,
the prices. I'm just like, I shouldn't.
my lady really, really wants to get into baking bread. Really,
I want to try it. I'm a big fan of making my own things, or at least like trying like making from scratch.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I have wanted to try.
But I mosey my way back to the house, and I drop it in the toaster.
Cinnamon bread in hand.
And what's in the cabinet again?
Nutella.
Nutella.
Yep.
Put it on the plate. Spread the Nutella. And I come. I orgasm. It's so fucking good. I'm taking so many years off my life with every bite, but it's so good.
And you are the stereotypical American, as according to anybody that's not from the USA.
Yeah, I'm white. I'm fat. I love American football. Except I hate hot dogs.
Really?
I hate hot dogs. I used to prefer them over burgers, but now I can't eat one.
Well, at work, I get a hot dog and like 2 slices of pizza for like $4 anytime I want to go on break.
I was about to say FedEx sells, and I'm like, oh, that's going to bring up some bad memories.
No.
See, I'll fuck up a brat, though. Give me a bratwurst in a bun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just... And it's not like I'm one of those guys who watched how hot dogs are made and was like, gross, right?
Yeah.
But I ate them for so long, and now I'm like, I'll eat a hot dog if we're having chili cheese dogs. And I really, as fat as I am, I really don't. Like, my lady loves chili cheese dogs, and every time she's like, hey, I'm kind of feeling doing that this week, I'm like, no. No.
Better do
I'm
it,
not.
man.
Fucks up my stomach. There's one exception, and that's just because for some reason my mom made it a tradition to have chili cheese dogs on Halloween. So if we're ever having chili cheese dogs, it'll be on Halloween.
How did that... No, I'm not even going to worry about it.
It's not that big of a stretch. Fall, as we discussed in whatever episode we discussed it in, chili. Because chili, I think it was the food episode, actually. Chili is one of my favorite foods ever.
Yeah.
And on Halloween, I don't know, you grab some hot dogs, just throw that bitch in.
Well, apparently in Kansas.com, Halloween and chili is a perfect pair.
I mean, like I said, chili, just like having chili outside the fall just feels like a cardinal sin. Oh, here we go. And I hope, do you have fat stories, or is this just going to be me?
No, I'm trying not to cry.
Well, listen, we're going to share these back and forth, okay? And then we'll try to feel good about ourselves.
Okay.
Try. Keyword. Try very hard. I will love myself.
Yeah, I love myself.
But I blame my father for this, okay? And I'm designating him as father right now because it's a serious conversation.
Okay.
One day, we run our little asses downstairs. And he's like, boys, I got this dinner. It's going to blow your mind, right? But as a divorced dad, you know, remarried at this point, but still got the divorced dad tendencies, you know, inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
His version of a dinner that would blow our mind is 2 slices of bread on a plate, 2 hot dogs, smothered in chili, and then covered with macaroni and cheese.
He made the hot dog in Elvis, but with chili.
Holy shit.
Elvis.
By the way, never a big hot dog and macaroni guy. But holy shit, was that so good? I've never had it since. Never had it since because it fucked up my stomach. And right now, if that was put in front of my plate, I'd probably puke. Or I would eat it and then cry myself to sleep 3 nights in a row. I was not
expecting that. I was expecting, what kind of shit is this man coming up with? But then you said, I loved it. I fucking loved it.
So good. So good.
Have you ever been to Jack Brown's Beer and Burgers?
The burger place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a sandwich there I think it's not the Elvis because that's peanut butter. Um, but it was a burger with like chips, macaroni and cheese, and of course it's also a cheeseburger.
I think that's the
That,
one I
sh-
got when I went there.
yeah, that shit was so good. And then I was like, I am so fat.
I got the cowboy burger at Toots,
Uh huh.
where it's just a burger that's drenched in chili.
Yep.
I ate it. I ate it all, looking my lady in the eyes.
Her looking back with disappointment. Well, I guess
By
it's
the
better
way-
than a blue steak. So
By the way, I went to Cookout and I was trying all these different burgers. Right? I told you I was going to try the cheddar style, and I still haven't tried it yet because I'm not
had
fully
that today.
confident. Huh?
Had that today.
See, I'm not fully confident in their cheese sauce.
It's not a great cheese sauce, I'll say, but it is my favorite burger.
Favorite fast food burger or just favorite burger there?
Favorite burger there.
Okay. I've tried the house style, and I was so sad because the house style puts their quesadilla sauce on there, and they just put that much. And I was so upset.
That's
I tried
one
the.
don't get. I think it's a bacon wrap. I'm not sure if it has ranch on it or not anymore, but it did at one point, and they put so little on there, and I was just like, okay.
I tried their out west style, which is the barbecue version. That was alright.
Yep.
That was okay. But I tried all those, and I was like, I'm so disappointed
Yeah.
with their chicken wrap, because sometimes I'll get a chicken wrap with a tray, and you can get Cajun, ranch, or honey mustard.
That's what I should have gotten.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you get Cajun, sometimes it'll be that much. Sometimes it'll be a fine amount. And sometimes it will be just Cajun sauce with a chicken nugget in it.
I think that was like the last time I've had that, which would have been a couple years ago. At least that specific chicken wrap. It was just basically a chicken nugget with a lot of Cajun sauce.
What is the fattest thing you've ever done at a fast food place?
Okay. So I wanted McDonald's one day.
Sure.
Hadn't eaten all day. I was working at FedEx then. Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I get off. I go to work, get off sometime late because it was a bad day. Some like 6:37. Hadn't eaten a lick all day. Said, I just got paid today. I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna eat like a fat boy. I got a bacon double quarter pounder meal with 10 chicken nuggets, and I stacked them. Great sandwich. All together. Then I was like, did I really just eat 2 whole meals?
Yeah.
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 I think I also got a smoothie.
I see that balances out though, because the smoothie's healthy. One time, my lady was out, and I got a pizza. I got, I think, a double pepperoni pizza from Marco's. But I was trying to keep it a secret from her. I don't know why. I don't know why I was trying to keep it a secret that I got a pizza. She was out with her friend doing stuff all day, so I don't think she would have been mad.
Yeah.
But I ate like 2 slices. And then she texted me like, hey, like I'll be home in like an hour. I was like, fuck. So I ate the entire pizza in an hour. First of all, God, Lee, dude, it was a full like medium-sized pizza.
I was hoping it wasn't anything larger than like a small pizza or a personal pan or something.
Nope. Nope. B, double pepperoni, so much grease.
It's a lot of pepperoni and grease, yeah.
So much grease. So she came home and she was like, hey, did you have a good day? And I was like, yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. I get bad acid reflux, dude. Pepperoni just messes it up.
So, unlike my mom or anybody else in my family, grease doesn't seem to affect me too much.
Grease doesn't affect me, but there's an obvious line with me. You know what I mean? Like a normal pepperoni pizza, I won't be affected. But if it's something like that, where the pizza is just covered in pepperonis, bad things happening.
Yeah, when I got COVID, I ordered a pepperoni lovers pizza from Pizza Hut. If you've seen that pizza, it's basically, pizza, sauce, cheese, and then the entire top is covered in pepperoni.
Yeah.
So you'd imagine that'd be a extremely greasy pizza. Well, I got 2 slices in, and before I smelled it, of course, because COVID, I was just like, man, I can eat this whole thing. And then I smelled it, of course, and it made the rest of the pizza proceed to taste like hot garbage.
Yeah.
So I almost did that, but that stopped me.
I got an embarrassing story from a road trip with my grandfather. I got invited out to a football camp near Knoxville. It wasn't for UT Knoxville. If it was for UT Knoxville, I would have kept playing football. But we were up there and we were coming back. And no, this wasn't that trip. It was the trip I went to Ohio with him.
Ah.
And I know that because we had to stop at a hotel on the way back. We were on the way back, stopped at a hotel, and the only thing he could get was Papa John's. And he couldn't afford a pizza. So what he got their like cheesy bread, but it had like pepperoni and cheese on it.
Yeah.
And he got 2 things of wings. Okay?
Okay.
We each grabbed the wings and didn't touch I think it was called like a pizza bread.
Yeah.
I eat my wings and we're chilling. And I eat 2 slices of that pizza bread. And then I eat 3. And then 4. And then there was 2 more left. And I was like, he hasn't gotten up to touch it. I was like, you think he would mind? And I ate it. And I was sitting on the bed. And he gets up. And he opens the box. And he turns to me and he's like, did you eat all this? I said, maybe. And I started laughing. And he looked at me and he was like, that's not funny.
That's hilarious, actually.
Man, I felt so bad. But what makes it worse is I'm one of those people in a lot of awkward situations, I will start laughing. There was one time this dude got in his truck and it was so cold that he hopped in his truck and froze, shivering. And I started laughing.
All right, that's just a dick move.
No, I didn't think it was funny. I swear to God.
No, I think another big back moment of mine was in Chicago. It's legal there, right?
Yeah.
So I was in space at this point, and all we had in our Airbnb was cup noodles and olives.
Okay.
And I was like, sure, I'll make some noodles. And I was like, but I wonder, what would it taste like with olives?
Olives?
Yeah.
You did say you had olives.
Yep. So, I made the noodles, put the olives in there, and I was eating it. I was munching down. And then my friend looks at me. He's like, what is that in there? And I said, it's olives. He says, what? I'm just like, yeah. And thinking back on it, it didn't taste good.
It doesn't sound like it. I hate olives, so I have a little bit of a biased perspective. And I'm not a big ramen guy.
I'm indifferent
either.
to olives, but it was bad.
I've heard of...
I ate it just like it was fantastic.
I've heard of... Who was it? He put like cheese sauce with the ramen.
Like powdered? 'Cause I think I've seen something like that. No, that was in DC. That was in Ohio, actually.
I don't know. He just put cheese sauce with the ramen. I'm not a big ramen guy. I never was, which sucks because they're so cheap. So cheap.
What you need to do is to go back to Ohio, go to Jungle Gyms, and they have like a whole aisle dedicated to ramen.
Really?
Yeah.
In the middle of Ohio.
I think it's somewhere around Cincinnati.
There was a place in Nashville that my lady used to work next to called Otaku Ramen. You heard of it?
Yeah.
It's stupid expensive. It is stupid. It's like $16 for a bowl of ramen.
There's a place in Murfreesboro called Hokkaido Ramen.
There's a place that I can't pronounce the name of. Them fucking Japanese. God damn.
Hokkaido's the name of a, I think, town, city, province, somewhere, something.
Are you a big hibachi grill guy?
I like it. I mean, I don't go very often because it's expensive as fuck,
But you've been to like Tokyo, right?
no.
Okay. Have you been to those places where you sit at the table and there's the grill?
Yeah,
and,
I know what hibachi is, yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, have you ever been to Mikado's? That's the other one I'm thinking of.
No, the only place I can think of that I've been to recently, or any time recently, have been Cathay, or this place up here, Fuji.
Well, there was one time that my mom got twisted at me for no reason. No reason, okay? Her favorite restaurant, I don't know if it's still her favorite restaurant, but for a while it was Tokyo, which is, like I said, a hibachi place.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, the only hibachi place I knew of was Mikado's. So she brings home like a styrofoam thing full of rice from Tokyo.
Yeah.
At least that's what she tells me. And I'm eating it. And she's like, is it good? I'm like, yeah, it's not as good as Mikado's though. And she like screams at me. And she's like, you've never fucking been. So why? And I was like, come to find out, she made the rice. And I guess told me it was from Tokyo. I could be completely misremembering this, but that's the events I remember.
You dissed her food and she got pissed. Rightfully so.
She confused me. Her fault.
My mom is taking to hiding food from me now, and then she wants me to cook because I send her pictures of whatever I make up here.
She got me one time because all kids love chicken nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Up until like 15, if I was going out to a place to eat, I'm getting the chicken tenders. I was that guy, okay?
Yeah, you were that kid, okay.
Well, unless it was like a Mexican place. I'm not that fucking... My little brother, we'd go to a Chinese buffet. He'd come back with fries and chicken nuggets. I'm like, you're going to get food poisoning. Like, you're just asking for it.
I think that would probably be... actually, I have a big distrust towards Chinese buffets. Because
I'm not a
there was
big
one
Chinese
place
buffet.
that gave me the Hershey squirts pretty badly.
Let's not describe it like that. Let's just... Because of your
You've never
skin
heard
tone, that
that?
can mean like 3 different things. So, we're just going to move on. I'm not a big...
couldn't.
I'm not a big Chinese buffet guy anymore. And I'm like talking because I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was talking about. What
Chinese
was my point?
buffet, your brother getting food poisoning
Yeah, before
from
that.
chicken nuggets kids. You liking only chicken nuggets until you were like 5.
We're on the right track.
That's where we started.
My mom duped me. My mom bewittled me. She
Mom duping.
bewitch isn't the right term. She
Belittled?
tricked me. She got me. Right?
Does it? Yeah.
She gave me a plate of food that she made. And I was like, what is this? She was like, it's chicken nuggets. And it was like a fried round thing. So I was like, all right. And I was eating it. And I got through like 4 of them. And I thought they were pretty good. And she looked at me. She was like, are they good? I was like 5. I nodded my head. Again, audio listeners hate us. But I wonder why we don't go on Spotify. But she looked at me and she started to laugh. And I was like, what? And this is reminiscent of the dog treat story I had. She said, those are fried mushrooms. And I was like, and I broke one in half, and yeah, it was the head of a mushroom. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
My mom, I said earlier, my mom tries to hide food from me because anything she comes home with and that I try, I end up liking. And she's like, damn, I just wanted this place for myself. And that's how I got into eating sushi. That's how I got into eating fried mushrooms. There's another food. I can't remember exactly. Plantains. She always just introduces food to me. And I'm always like, I love this. And she was like, damn it. She still to this day hopes that any new food she tries, I end up not liking.
My lady is trying so hard to get snacks that I don't like.
Yep.
And this is the last thing I'm going to say before we get into whatever dietary challenges that we're going to do, because this is going to make me look the absolute worst. So it's a nice little cherry on top of Jackie's a dumb little fat boy.
Okay.
I told her that my least favorite Pop-Tart is brown sugar, and it's her favorite Pop-Tart. And she'll come home and 2 packages are missing. And she'll be like, you don't like these. That is why I got them. And I was like, she says my excuse because I do this with all of her snacks. I'll say, yeah, hungry. I don't like those, and I will still snack on them. Okay.
You're horrible.
And my excuse is there's some things she will leave in a cabinet for like a month and not touch.
That's why.
But all of a sudden, I touch them. Now she wants them. So she's like, your excuse is, I don't touch them. I'm like, you don't. And she's like, I'm going to.
Yeah, no, that's what mom does with her to-go food. When she had a bypass. Gastro bypass, something like that, and her stomach's smaller, and so she can't eat all her food at one time, and she'll leave it in the fridge for like a month, and every time I'm just like, are you gonna eat that? She's like, yeah, and then she doesn't, and the one time I think about it, suddenly she goes to eating it, and then she'll end up throwing it away because it's too old.
My lady has gotten to the point where she'll get snacks that she doesn't have to put in the fridge so she can hide in her drawers.
You're bad. That's worse.
And she did it with her best friend got her like a bag of chocolates for her birthday. And she loves frozen chocolate. Like she loves putting it in the freezer and freezing it, right?
Good shit.
She hid it behind so many things, and I opened the freezer because I was looking for meat to thaw for dinner, and I saw it. I found it. So I sent her a Snapchat just to freak her out a little bit of me reaching in the freezer, grabbing it, and looking at her and going, "You thought you could hide these from me?" And she immediately called me and was like, I'm counting the pieces when I get home. There better not be one missing.
You thought you won this war.
You thought you could get one over on me? Huh? King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Ooh, that's a throwback.
That's such a great movie. That's why Denzel Washington is my favorite actor of all time. I've not seen a single movie with him that is bad.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Now, we discussed being fat. Well, you didn't really. You talked about the McDonald's story. I pretty much laid out 5 different stories of why I'm such a fat piece of shit. Which is fine. It's my confession.
But now we're going to talk about not being fat anymore.
Before that, though, do you want to get anything off your chest, my brother?
Meaning?
I'm the priest right now. You are confessing your sins, confessing the ways of being big-backed, I guess, as they say now. I confessed mine. I laid all that out there.
My only issue is when I eat a lot. even though I don't eat very often. I usually like once or twice a day.
That's actually a good way to start this. We'll try not to make this too long. Are you like, and if you don't want to be this vulnerable, you can just say nah. But are you like insecure about your weight?
No.
No?
Nah.
See, I was never the fat guy who wore a shirt at the pool. Never gave a fuck. Right?
No, I'll go shirtless. Yeah.
I go shirtless all the time. I'll never pull up in a Speedo, though. That's too far.
I won't do that. No.
That's too far. I know some fat guys in some Speedos. Stop.
I'm either in swimming trunks or basketball shorts.
I'll do boxers if we're alone at, like, the lake. You know?
Yeah.
But my weight was never a massive insecurity for me just because I think I got numb to it because I've always been a bigger kid. So until I was in high school and I was an offensive lineman in the gym every day, I got bullied for being fat daily. So that kind of like, it was weird for me, that reaction to bullying, because some people just like, they develop the biggest insecurities from that. But for me, I just became numb to the things they pick on me for, you know?
I think that was my deal because I also got bullied for my weight in like elementary school, but I just kind of got numb to it as well. Because I mean, I talk about my weight openly with other people all the time.
Yeah. And I guess I make jokes about it all the time, but that's
just
like,
a coping mechanism.
I guess, yeah. When I'm sitting alone, eating my third 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell, thinking, and my 5th chicken chalupa, because goddamn. And
all
before I crack
bucks.
open the 12-pack of Cinnabon Delights that they have, that's not a real story. That's not a real story. I'm exaggerating.
I know.
But I think about my future, and guys that are my size, if I come to the reality, I am 6'3", damn near 400 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
They don't live past 50 often. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Right? They barely even make it to 50. Even like the healthier people that are my weight barely make it to 50. So when I think about that, that's when I start getting a little insecure. I'm married, so my attractiveness towards women, I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Right? And in terms of like men calling me fat, even if I thin out a little bit, I'm still going to be called fat. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is being healthy, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it might be a bunch of online people who know me, and I hate that I'm, again, bouncing everywhere, but people who know me, if you thin down as a fat guy, they're going to tell you look good. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of dipshits that have nothing going for themselves outside of their right hand swearing to God that they're a good person and, you know, they don't need to leave their mother's basement. She pays for everything. They're going to call you a fat piece of shit, but, you know, I apologize. Yeah. Was that a little much?
You went kind of hard on that fat piece of shit in his mom's basement right now.
Thank you. I'm a little touchy because I had a guy where I called a group of people misogynistic, homophobic, and racist because they were. And this guy got a little butthurt about it. And he was like, you need to work on yourself and get into the gym. And I just responded with what is one of the best comebacks you could ever do. It's a basic one. But I said, work on getting some bitches. He didn't like that very much. But
I could imagine, yeah.
But like being vulnerable. I'm not insecure about how I look. Mm-hmm. But it's enough to the point where I'm pulling out of Taco Bell knowing that it's going to taste so good. But I'm like, I want to live. I want to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I made this New Year's resolution, and let's put this out here real quick. What's a goal for yourself? And actually, before this, we teased this last episode, right?
Yeah.
A dietary challenge that we didn't get to talk about. Mm-hmm. Me and Z, as we've mentioned several times, both on the pod and in this episode.
Yes.
Big, large boys.
Big boys.
I think I'm bigger than him by a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. But I know I'm taller, you short piece of shit.
Hey, I'm 6 foot. You're just 3 inches taller than me. Fuck off.
That's fair. Fair. But just as a baseline, we want to challenge ourselves to get healthier. So by December, where do you think you want to be?
So I've had this ideal for a little while now, and I was working on it pretty good. So when I started going to the gym, I was at 310, I want to say. 310, 315, something like that. Since going, I've gone down to 285, and that's where I hover right now.
Yeah.
My initial goal was to get down to 250. That's what I'm going to set for right now.
Okay.
250, another 35 pounds. And you say by what, December?
We'll put an end date at December right now.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to set my goal to 250 by December.
Okay.
Hopefully sooner, but...
And you said, right now, what are you at?
I'm at 285 right now.
Okay. I have not weighed myself in a little bit. I think since the last time I went to the doctors. It's been months. But I think I'm going to try to get a scale to keep up with this. Right now, if I had to guess, I'm hovering around 390. If I had to guess. My original goal in January was to get to 300. I've not been below 300 since I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to 15, but around there, right? But it's June now. 6 months. 100 pounds is possible. How much is that? 10,
It's
20.
6 months, somewhere around...
Is that little under 20 pounds a month?
Wow, I can't fucking
20
do
pounds a
math for
month
the
would
life
be
of me.
120 pounds, right?
Yes.
15
Looking
15
at around like 16, 17 pounds a month.
a month. That's doable, but that is hard.
That is, I think that would probably, no. Well, I think that would probably be unhealthy.
Yeah, I think comfortably I can lose 10 pounds a month. Comfortably.
Okay.
Just a couple lifestyle changes, getting out more. I think 10 pounds a month is a reasonable thing. So, my goal is to be 300 pounds by January. But I think a realistic goal of mine, under 350.
Under 350?
Under 350, and that is the foundation for what is going to happen in the future.
Okay.
Now, let's set some plans in place, okay? What kind of diets are you thinking of? What kind of lifestyle changes are we thinking?
I'm not much of a diet person per se, but I do have the opportunity to go to plenty of gyms through my job. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back on the gym schedule. I've already thought this part of it through. I've got a couple days out of the week where I can spend a couple hours at the gym, and that's what I'm planning on doing.
See, that's where I wish we lived closer, just so we could pull up at each other's house, honk the horn. Just get up, fat shit. Go to the gym.
I mean, I will be around town next week, so I can bring you a scale so you wouldn't have to buy one. I have two here.
One. Yeah, if you have an extra one, I'll take it.
I'll see if it's cool if I take it, because I don't think those scales belong to either me or my roommate, so I'm just going to make sure.
At least it won't ever give me the embarrassment that the Wii U Fit did. I know I told that story.
Okay, that Wii Fit.
That Wii Fit could go shoot itself.
Yeah,
throw it in some water.
That shit hurt my feelings so many times.
Hopped on it and that shit went, oh, fuck you.
Yeah. That right there, is, yeah.
But in terms of exercise, Thursday through Saturday, I do basically 10 hours of walking in Amazon picking. So throughout the weekday, I think I'm going to try to wake up a little earlier every morning to take my dogs out for a long walk. And then turn that maybe into a jog and just increase that, right?
Yeah.
In terms of diet, I know you say you're not a diet guy, so I won't say we're going to go on a specific diet. but just some changes that
I do have dietary changes that I'm trying to figure out right now. Because I do make most of my own food as of this moment. I just got to figure out what food I could make that'll, for one, taste good and be healthier than what I currently eat.
See, my usual when I do go hard on changing diet is fish and chicken, no beef, no pork, just fish and chicken. And you can do a lot with fish and chicken.
You can. That's what I had a buddy of mine that he was like 5'8", a little over 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And after we graduated high school, dude went hard on the fish and chicken. And I think he did some workout. Dude's lost like 200 pounds since then. It's been
good for him.
2018 to 2024 is 6 years. It's been 6 years. Dude has lost like 200 pounds. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually today I feel good because for dinner we had chicken and rice. I was very tempted to go to Cookout again, and I didn't.
See, I did go to Cookout. That's my issue.
Now, for breakfast, I think I'm going to try to get off just making a bowl of cereal, make some eggs, have some toast, maybe use some fruit with it. You know what I mean? I know toast isn't the best thing, but you need some carbs. Me being, because I'm borderline diabetic, right?
I am too. I am pre-diabetic.
So carbs are a big thing for me. I can't have a lot of, bad carbs. I can't have a lot of bad carbs, which bread is under that. I did get told, though, that whole wheat bread is a much better option than white. Yes,
white bread is blanched so that you don't really get any sort of nutritional value out of it.
Okay.
That's if I remember that correctly.
Yeah.
And that's why I've kind of tried to stay away from the white rice, white bread.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more into better meats. I think pork, beef, and chicken are like the highest in protein counts.
So you're
really good
trying,
in protein?
Because I think I'm going to try my best just to cut out beef and pork. Not entirely. I don't think that's possible. But for the most part, I want to cut that shit out, especially pork. Pork doesn't have a lot of great stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to replace my fat with muscle, which is why I'm going in protein heavy.
Yeah.
On the heavier side of protein, which is why I've been eating a lot of. I had ate a lot of fish, chicken, and like steak. Those were like my 3 meals that I usually always get whenever I go grocery shopping. I'm going to try and change that up a little bit, just for the excess that I've been eating.
Well, that's nice because I'm just trying to get healthier. So we're going to have 2 separate paths of you just trying to replace the fat with muscle and me just trying to lose the fat and get healthier. One of these days I'll make it out to a gym, but there's a lot of stuff I got to pay for. A gym membership is not my top priority. Yeah. But I can do like push-ups, sit-ups, burpees and shit. Like there's stuff I could do
at home stuff, yeah.
I could grab Maybelle, my basset hound, do some benches, She's about 40 pounds right now.
Do with Opie.
No. Absolutely not. First off, way too squirmy. For some reason, Maybelle will lay there and do it. Opie will scratch and jump on me. If I get him up on my shoulders, though, little fireman carry, little squat action. But I feel like if he's up that high, he'll be like, ha! Ha!
See, if I were to try and do it with my dogs, Khan, he's too big and he's too, lanky, I guess is the good way to put it. Every time I try to pick him up, he'll slide out of my hands.
Yeah.
And Messiah, no. So yeah, I'm going to the gym. I have through work. Luckily, I have the ability to just come straight out of my paycheck, and I can go to just about any gym I want. Yeah. So that's my plus there.
I can also, my dogs eat a lot, so big ass, dog food, cases of water. I can make some makeshift stuff that isn't fully gym equipment. but could be a little bit. Get some exercise in.
You can do what you got to do to make things work.
So, to summarize this, because we just hit the hour mark.
Yes.
My ultimate goal is to be under 300 pounds, but I don't feel as if that's very realistic by the end of December, so we're going to do under 350. Dietary changes, more greens, less red meats, less, cereal and shit, more eggs and stuff. Just that kind of thing's changing up that. And for exercise, Thursday through Saturday, I'm covered. Try to get up earlier to take the dogs for a walk every day and get all that stuff so I can maybe do some squats, maybe do try to set my goal at 50 push-ups and sit-ups a day, raise that when that gets easy, something along those lines. That's my goal. That's my plan. My goal
is under 250, gym at least 3 days a week, and some slight dietary modifications, as in more greens, because that's one thing that I almost forgot about. Better meats rather than changing up what I do eat, but eating healthier meats. And I believe that would be it for me.
All right. Y'all are going to hold us to it. Me and Z are going to hold each other accountable. We're going to text each other every day to make sure we did the shit and not lie. Don't lie.
Yep.
If we ever get the feeling that one of us is lying, we're going to start making each other send videos of us doing this shit. I swear to God. Because I'm done being unhealthy. I'm sick of it. I'm turning 23 next week, and I already feel the consequences of being this heavy. My bones don't like it.
Yeah, my joints, I feel like it is partially due to all the shit I was doing as a kid, but my joints are a little too stiff for a 24-year-old.
Absolutely.
Or a 23 turning 24 later this year old.
Absolutely.
So
we're going to get out of y'all's hair. A few thank yous I want to put out, though. We are now at 45 subscribers on YouTube.
Sir.
Our tier list episode went absolutely stupid. Over 120 views now. Yep. Much appreciate that. Thank y'all for the support. I wish I could think of the commenter's name.
I'm pulling it up right now because this guy got us hyped.
You got us very hyped. And I'm sorry if the comment that we left did not tell the full story, but it was a very, very needed comment. Especially, I was at work late in the night, down on my luck. And I think
Sklits 6650.
Absolutely. Can you read the comment?
Oh, yeah. Man, I love this podcast. Makes my day. Please don't stop making these. I really hope you make it one day. Stay blessed. You guys made my year.
Thank you so much for that. And everybody who's hit subscribed, checked out the shorts, checked out the podcast, the clips, the TikToks, thank you so much for the support. It really, really means a lot.
Really affirms what we're doing here.
Absolutely. It makes us feel good. Makes us think that we are on the right track. Right, Z?
Yes, sir.
But as always, follow the TikTok, Red Light Homies. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the Twitter, the Instagram. Z is getting on that. He swears to God crosses his fingers.
I am. I've posted today. I posted yesterday. I'm doing good so far.
We're on a little bit of a streak.
Yes, sir.
And as always, make sure you like, rate, and share, especially rating, especially sharing, whether that be clicking the little crooked arrow and sharing to whatever platform, whether that be a stranger approach you in the middle of the night, promising they're not trying to kill you. They're just wandering because they don't have a podcast to listen to. Z, what's the response to that?
You tell them the good old boys, Jackie and Z at Red Light Homies on YouTube or Spotify. They've got your back. And then you tell them to get the fuck out of your house.
Then you tell them I'm calling the police. You will be listening to the podcast in jail.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. This was the homies, Jackie and Z.
That's
and
me.
We'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace out.